love in the margins. In a room as neat as a freshly printed page, Akane lived for one thing, her manga, Crimson Blade. Hunched over her drawing table, she chased perfection with every stroke of her G-pen. The weekly rankings from Shonen Spark Weekly were a constant drumbeat in her mind, pushing her to be faster, to be better. But this week, like so many weeks before, the number on her screen was a stubborn, glaring 2, second place. Again, a frustrated sigh escaped her lips. Being second only meant you were the first to lose. Next door, in a glorious storm of creativity and clutter, lived Kaito. His manga, Galactic Drifter, was a wild, freewheeling adventure that somehow, miraculously, always landed at the #1 spot. He sketched with a grin, fueled by instant ramen and a love for the game. The rivalry was fun for him. He respected the fierce artist next door, the one whose technical skill was flawless. He smirked as he finished a new character design. The competition just made him draw better. At the Shonen Spark Weekly headquarters, the air crackled. Akane and Kaito stood at opposite ends of their editor's desk, manuscripts in hand. The unspoken challenge hung between them, as sharp and clear as fresh ink. "Another amazing week from my star artists," their editor, Mr. Tanaka, said with a nervous smile. He held up his hands as if to prevent them from dueling with their pens. "The readers can't get enough. May the best artist win." Back in her quiet apartment, Akane felt the familiar weight of the competition settle on her shoulders. Seeking a distraction, she opened her laptop and logged into the official Shonen Spark Reader Forum, a place she usually avoided. Her eyes scanned the page until they stopped. A comment from a user named Starscribbler wasn't just praise, it was understanding. They pointed out a subtle detail in her background work she thought no one would ever notice. A warmth spread through her chest. In the apartment next door, Kaito smiled as he typed that very comment. As Starscribbler, he could appreciate his rival's genius without the pressure of the rankings. He admired her work, truly. Then, he saw a new comment on his own manga's thread. A user called Crimson Ink had left a critique that was brutally honest, yet undeniably correct. It pointed out a weakness in his storytelling he hadn't even seen himself. "Whoa," he whispered. "They're good." A reply was sent, then another, and another. As Crimson Ink and Starscribbler, Akane and Kaito discovered a connection that transcended rivalry. They talked about panel flow, character arcs, and the terror of a blank page. For the first time, they weren't competitors. They were just two people who understood the beautiful, lonely, wonderful struggle of creating worlds out of ink and paper. But online and offline were two different worlds. The next day, at the convenience store, they both reached for the last can of high-caffeine coffee. Their hands brushed, and the truce was broken. "I need this for my deadline, Drifter," Akane snapped. "Too slow, Blade," Kaito shot back, snatching the can. Their real-life dialogue was all sharp edges and witty comebacks, a stark contrast to their thoughtful online chats. Later, Akane was trying to write when a muffled voice came through the wall. It was Kaito, on the phone. "I just can't get the perspective right on these Neo-Kyoto skyscrapers," he groaned. Akane froze. Starscribbler had complained about the exact same thing. Her heart pounding, she scrambled to her laptop and pulled up her chat history. There it was, in black and white. "Starscribbler, I'm really struggling with these futuristic cityscapes." It couldn't be, could it? A mischievous idea sparked in her mind. Her fingers flew across the keyboard as she typed a message to Starscribbler. "All this work is making me hungry. I could really go for some of that super spicy ramen from the shop on the corner." She hit send. A moment of silence. Then, knock, knock, a loud rap on the shared wall. At the exact same second, a new message popped up on her screen. "Starscribbler, you mean the one that's so loud it keeps your neighbor up at night?" Akane's jaw dropped. On trembling legs, Akane walked to her front door and pulled it open. Across the hall, Kaito stood in his own open doorway, phone in hand, his face a perfect mirror of her own shock. The rival, the confidant, they were the same person. The silence stretched, filled with the unsaid words from their late-night chats. Then, Kaito's shocked expression slowly melted into a wide, genuine grin. After a moment, Akane couldn't help it. She smiled back. The rivalry was just the first draft. Their real story was about to begin.